The Terrans were monsters. They were necromancers. My quills shivered against the cold metal of the observation deck as dread began to fill my veins. The advanced telescopic lens of our stealth ship, the Maelstrom, had been trained on a peculiar establishment on Earth. From our vantage point high in the atmosphere, the lens penetrated the walls of what was their ritual center, the place where they would do their most heinous crimes away from prying eyes and even bring the dead back to life. On the flat, sterile platform inside one of the blank rooms lay a human. His skin was sliced open, and his insides were exposed to the oxygen-filled air of Terra. My blood ran cold at the sight. The poor man looked to still be breathing. Surrounding the table were other humans, all of them garbed in a blank green from head to toe, engaged in their ritual to their gods. Scalpels and other instruments of gleaming metal were handed from one to another as they probed open the sack of flesh before them. "They are making a sacrifice to their gods," I said out loud to the group of intergalactic leaders who had come to observe the humans. Even without looking at the screen, I could tell that each and every one of them had a look of pure horror on their face. Yet the viewing room was silent apart from the murmuring of the humans that came through our speakers. Xylox, my second in command, broke the silence that had enveloped the room. "Is this how they wage war? By mutilating their own and sending them back into the world as something unholy?" His question lingered in the air, heavy as the dark matter that propelled our ship through the cosmos. I turned to look at her, my gaze meeting her trio of luminescent green eyes. "I believe so, Xylox. This ritual, it reeks of necromancy, of a perversion of the natural order that even our most ancient and forbidden texts fail to describe. Gentlemen, somehow these creatures possess not technology, they possess magic. Magic like the ones that are written in our fantasy tales. They are to be our greatest allies or our greatest foes," I said, turning to the intergalactic leaders. I felt as if we had stumbled upon a forbidden rite, a dark secret that the humans had hidden from the prying eyes of the universe. And it terrified me. If they could bring the dead back from life, then they surely would never agree to be allies with us. The screen flickered again, showing another chamber within the same building. This one had infants, tiny humans, connected to various machines. A labyrinth of tubes and wires snaked around them. "Is this another form of their dark arts? Siphoning life essence from the young, have they no mercy?" the Cohen ambassador questioned aloud, his rough voice tinged with a mix of fear and abhorrence. Before Xylox could respond, the screen switched back to the previous room, where the ritual had reached a climax. One human held a pulsating organ high above his head, as if offering it to some unseen deity. Then, with an almost ceremonial grace, he placed another organ much like it back into the cavity from which it was extracted. The room erupted into a series of strange sounds, a cacophony that our translator devices identified as applause. "What are your orders, Captain?" Xylox asked, his voice barely above a whisper, as if fearing to disturb the phantoms that surely must be haunting that wretched chamber on Earth. "We document and we return to the Council," I responded, my voice tinged with resignation. "They must decide the fate of a species capable of such horrors. Are they to be feared? Or perhaps, are they able to communicate with the mysterious beings that placed all the life in the universe?" "Dude, why are you watching surgery?" A voice spoke from behind me. It was a human named Peter Quill, a young man we had adopted a few years back to learn more about the humans before we invited them to the galactic fold. "What?" I yelled. "You know of this heinous ritual?" Yeah, Ambassador Hazo, that's not a heinous ritual. That's just human medicine. You've been looking into our sick bay.